Horizon Gents, almost a reaction, and this is what every country in the world is best at. Part 1 by the channel RealLifeLore. What every country is best at, not the worst at, that's a separate video. This is about what they are best at. It's gonna be fun, RealLifeLore, you know. Sometimes some videos I'm like, it's a meh, considering what the channel we are talking about. Obviously all videos are great, but some videos are not at his level. But then again, there are some videos that are just incredible that no other channel can do it. So let's hope this is one of those videos, because it's always fun to react to this channel. I've reacted quite a few real life lore video. If you haven't seen them, check out the link in the description with all of my videos. It's somewhere there. Check out the cards for the playlist like Indian Historian, Salmonella, CGP Grey, let me know, things like that. And yeah, let's watch this one. And remember people, this is real life lore video. Some of the videos gets blocked, some of them don't. So I don't know if this video is gonna get blocked or not. But if it does, I'm gonna have to put checkered box there. So yeah, let's watch this one.
Video is made possible by Skillshare. Start learning anything for free for 2 months at skl.sh/reallifelore14. Every country is the best or the worst at something. So what is your specific country best or worst at in the entire world? Half of the countries in the world are in this video, while the next half will be in next week's video called Part 2. So we'll continue in alphabetical order by going to Afghanistan first, which produces the most opium in the world. 90% of world heroin contains opium produced here. Albania
best at, okay. Damn, I guess now I understand why USA and other countries, developed countries, invade Afghanistan constantly for sweet opium.
has the highest number of military bunkers per capita in the world. There are 5.7 bunkers every square kilometer, or 1 bunker for every 18 people in the country. Algeria is the largest country in the world, which has 0% of their territory made up of water. Andorra.
What? No water, nothing, no lakes, no nothing. So what do they do for water? I mean, they had to, go around lots of places or take it from other countries. That must cost a lot. What is the price of water there?
Andorra has the highest life expectancy in the world at an amazing 81.1 years. Angola has the highest infant mortality rate in the world at 96 deaths for every 1,000 births. Antigua and Barbuda has the lowest suicide rate anywhere in the world and was the only country in 2015 to not report a single suicide. Argentina has the highest—
not reported. So there still could be. I mean, if somebody died, I'm pretty sure it would, end up in the government records, so probably nobody died.
Consumption of beef per capita, with people consuming an average 65.2 kilograms per year. Armenia—
alright, wait a minute, beef, does that mean just cow meat or something? Is that beef is? Because, or is there, sea creatures, fish and other things also considered beef? Because looking at Argentina, it would make sense that they eat lots of seafood, since lots of the sea is, lots of area is there with sea, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, beef apparently, alright.
People consuming an average 65.2 kilograms per year. Armenia has the longest non-stop cable car ride that stretches for 5.6 kilometers in length.
Damn.
Australia has the highest recorded number of fatal shark attacks, reporting 259 fatal incidents since 1900. Meanwhile, Austria has the—
don't just that's what Australia is best at? Lots of people die from sharks? What? Alright, some of these stats, he said infant mortality rate. I think his title is, he should have used his title a bit differently. Like, what is the biggest stat of the country? Of every country or something like that. What is the biggest stat of every country? Not what every country in the world is best at. Because when you say best at, people think of positive things. Even though he didn't say that I'm going to say positive things, I'm just going to say best at. So what is the— in the end, the title itself means what is the biggest stat of the country, but that's not what people think. So wording of the title should have been better, because whenever somebody says what's the best thing of every country, people expect something positive, like they're great at some industry, they're great at, I don't know, like Brazil is great at making aeroplanes or something, and Germany is great at making automobiles, things like that. They don't think about the biggest stat the country has, like this has the highest death from sharks. Really? I mean, what about the biggest positive stat of Australia? Say that, man.
The most paid time off for employees in the world, up to 43 days per year. Azerbaijan has the largest percentage of territory covered by mud volcanoes. About half of all mud volcanoes in the world are located here, so congratulations. The Bahamas has the lowest business tax rate in the world, 0%, while Bahrain has the lowest individual tax rate in the world, also 0%.
So yeah, industry. So, I remember hearing about the lots of major countries in the world, they just change offices to different countries so they don't have to pay taxes. I'm thinking most of the companies like Apple and major companies like that must have the main office in Bahrain apparently to not pay taxes, because I don't know which, I think it was John Oliver episode, I don't know, they do something like that, they change his office at certain times so they don't have to pay taxes or something.
0%. Bangladesh has the most rivers in the world. There are over 700 inside the country. Belarus has the highest amount of alcohol consumed per capita in the world. 17.5 liters are consumed per person per year.
So I guess they're best at getting drunk apparently, alright.
Belgium, meanwhile, has the highest individual tax rate in the world, up to 64%. Bhutan has the largest percentage of their population involved in agriculture, over 80% of the population. Bolivia is the largest producer of Brazil nuts, so again, congrats. While Bosnia and Herzegovina has the largest number of landmines per capita in the world, 152 landmines for every square kilometer.
Alright, what is this? I get it, this is supposed to show the landmine exploding animation, but it looks like a firework. So it's like, hooray, you have the biggest landmines, enjoy, watch your step or something like that. This video
of the country. Botswana is the world's largest producer of diamonds, and Brazil has the most FIFA World Cup victories with 5 total wins so far. Brunei has the lowest public debt in the world, and Bulgaria is the world's largest producer of rose oil. Burundi has the lowest GDP per capita, just $277 per person.
That's
per
what they're
year.
best at.
Cambodia is the most Buddhist country in the world at about 97% of the population, while Cameroon has the highest business tax rate in the world, 38.5%. Canada is the most educated country in the world, with 54% of the population completing some form of tertiary education.
Yeah, okay, I think Canada's somewhat socialist, right? Some things are socialized, education is free, if I'm not mistaken. If education and hospitals and things like that are free, then I'm pretty sure people are going to be good at that, If lots of times I'm pretty sure that wherever education is not free, even in USA education is not free, which is, I don't know how that happens, richest country in the world. But yeah, what happens is people just get panicked about their bills. People don't think about learning stuff, they think about what this learning is going to cost me. So obviously, people are not going to be lots of educated because of that. But since Canada probably has, I don't know, I think it has free free schools and things like that. So obviously people are going to study. So yeah, it makes sense.
Meanwhile, the Central African Republic is ranked as the least happiest country in the world. Chad has the highest maternal death at childbirth ratio, and Chile has the record for the strongest.
Chad has the highest birth rate, death rate thing. What the hell, man? That's what they're best at. Think of something positive, man.
Longest recorded earthquake, a 9.5 on the Richter scale.
God
China produces
damn.
the most CO2 emissions of any country, but also produces the most gross renewable energy in the world. Colombia,
oh, for the love of God, that should have been China's best at renewable energy. They produce lots of renewable energy. However, they also produce lots of pollution. That's how that should have been. Not start with their best at producing lots of pollution. However, they also has the biggest producer of green energy. So start off with the positive, man.
Is the largest producer of cocaine, producing 495 tons in 2015.
Everybody knows that.
The Democratic Republic of the Congo
there are too many movies around that. Colombia and drug cartels and things like that.
The highest percentage of its population suffering from undernourishment, 75%. The next door Republic of the Congo, meanwhile, consumes the least electricity in the world. Costa Rica has the highest environmental happiness among their citizens, while Côte d'Ivoire is the largest producer of cocoa at 1/3 of the global supply.
That's good.
Croatia, meanwhile, leads the world in the number of kidney transplants, while Cuba has the most baseball World Cup
Wait a minute, does that mean Croatia is best at selling kidneys? What are you saying here?
Cup victories with 25 gold medals. Cyprus has the oldest woman who ever paraglided, who is 104 years old. In the
140-year-old paraglider? What the hell? Here I am, I'm damn young right now, I'm in my 20s. And I'm like, paragliding, yeah, let's not do that. And that old of a lady paraglider, damn.
Czech Republic is the most atheist country in the world at 75% of the entire population. Denmark is ranked as the least corrupt country in the world, and Ecuador has the most biodiversity.
That makes sense. Socialist country, any industry that gets way too bigger gets taxed heavily. So, why would industry pay lots of politicians to do anything, since entire country and citizens agree to socialism, like free healthcare, free education, lots of vacation from the jobs. Lots of people, especially in the US, might think like that's an issue. All right, I think sure it can be. All right, businesses don't flourish in that kind of situation when there is no incentive to get bigger. If you get bigger, you're gonna get taxed heavily. Sure, but I think capitalism and socialism, it should be middle of that. Just complete capitalism is also an issue. The people just think about profit and nothing else. At that time, human lives becomes like expendable. They're like, who cares? I mean, some people really badly need some medication, otherwise they're gonna die. Yeah, well, I'm gonna charge you 100 times more than normally I would, because it's a business. So it's an issue either way. But generally, general public, common people are more happier in socialist countries like that, because obviously they get lots of free things. And yeah, industries are going to be industries. What they're going to do, okay, we're going to a different country. All industries can't just move to different countries, since some of the resources are at the country they are at. So yeah,
diversity per square kilometer of any country on Earth. Egypt is the most heavily mined country with over 23 million active mines, while Eritrea has the highest number of child workers. Estonia has the most women per man.
That country is best at producing child workers, isn't it? Hooray! What the hell, man? This title should be really different. I still think he should change the title.
In the world, 0.84 men for every 1 woman. Ethiopia has the most expensive internet in the world, and Fiji has the best performance at the Rugby World Cup Sevens, winning twice. Finland has the highest coffee consumption in the world at 2.64 cups of coffee per day per person.
That's a lot.
France, at the same time, is the most visited country on the planet. She received 86.3 million tourists in 2015 alone. Gabon has the highest number of sun-tailed monkeys, and Gambia is ranked as the least militarized country on Earth. Georgia is the largest producer of khachapuri, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly, and 88% of their population prefers it over pizza. Germany has won the most Winter Olympic medals in history, and Greece has the highest consumption of olive oil at 26.1 kilograms per person per year. Guatemala is the largest producer of the spice called cardamom, while Guinea has the world's largest aluminum ore reserves. Guyana has the highest suicide rate in the world for women, 15.5 suicides for every 100,000 women. Haiti has the world's smallest military with—
I think Japan has the highest suicide rate, right? Of all, not just for women. I'm pretty sure there's even a jungle that is infamous with, people going there and killing themselves. I don't know.
Only 50 total soldiers, and Honduras has the highest murder rate in the world at 84.6 people murdered per 100,000.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
this is what Donald Trump and his, flock, and even the Fox News was constantly basing, like, people from Honduras, caravans are coming, apparently.
Hungary has the highest per capita number of porn stars, and Iceland has the highest percentage of internet.
Hungary has the most porn stars. I would have thought that would be in US, Los Angeles or something. That's the, I don't know, that's the capital of porn movies or something. I don't know.
Users. 92% of the population is connected to the internet. India produces the most movies in the world at 1,255 films in 2011, while Indonesia has the short—
Yeah, we got off easy, I think. India came out like, yeah, I think there's gonna be some fucked up stat here. Nope, the biggest, movie producer. I'm like, okay, Bollywood saved the day apparently, because if it wasn't that, some fucked up stat would have been there.
shortest average height in the world, 5 feet 2 inches for men and 4 feet 10 inches for women. Iran has the largest number of former capital cities, 32, so I mean, figure it out guys. And Iraq has the highest number of terrorist activities in the world. Ireland has won Eurovision,
What's Iraq best at? Being terrorist. Best at, I don't know man, is it just me? If it is, in a comment down I guess, because I really think what every country is best at, people think of positive things, not this.
most times of any country, 7 times, while Israel spends the most amount of time on social media, 11.1 hours per person per month. Italy has the largest number of UNESCO World Heritage Sites, 51 total, while Jamaica is home to the world's fastest man, Usain Bolt. Japan has the highest number of 3-star Michelin restaurants, 31 total, and Jordan has the lowest point below sea level, -428 meters.
Damn.
In addition to being the #1 exporter of potassium, Kazakhstan has the highest consumption of salt in the world. Kenya is the world's largest producer of black tea, and Kuwait has the world's highest
Kenya produces most black tea. I thought it would have been India or something, South India or something. Damn, alright. Since we drink black tea a lot here.
valued currency, the dinar, only one of which is equal to 3.3 US dollars.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Latvia has the highest literacy rate in the world at 99.9% of their population, while Lebanon has the highest number of refugees per capita. There is 1 refugee for every 5 citizens that lives in the country.
That's a lot.
Meanwhile, Lesotho produces the highest percentage of their electricity from renewable energy, 100% of it. Liberia has the highest number of deaths.
What? Lesotho produces all of its energy by renewable sources. Damn, that is okay. So they just decided that, or there was no other option. What was it?
Renewable energy, 100% of it. Liberia has the highest number of deaths caused by the Ebola virus. Libya has statistically the most dangerous.
What's best about that country? It has lots of Ebola deaths. All right.
Roads to drive on in the world, and finally, Liechtenstein is statistically the most dangerous roads to drive on in the world, and
I thought that was India. When did that happen? I mean, yeah, I think it was 10 years ago, probably. Nowadays, even I noticed the roads are getting better. So apparently, India doesn't have the most dangerous road anymore.
finally, Liechtenstein is the only country in the world you can actually rent for the totally affordable price of $70,000 per night. What would you do with an entire country you rented out for a few nights? You could host your own.
What the hell did you just say?
Finally, Liechtenstein is the only country in the world you can actually rent for the totally affordable price of $70,000 per night. What would you do?
You can rent an entire country for 70,000 a night? What? Why would you do that? I mean, what if the guy who rented the place, just says to everybody, get the fuck out of here until I'm done. I rented it, I don't want you here, or something like that.
Do with an entire country you rented out for a few nights? You could host your own concert for the country's 37,000 residents, but for that, you'd actually need to know a little bit about music production and audio work, and what better place to learn that than over at Skillshare?
Yeah, 37,000, that's like nothing. That's like, a stadium or something, a football stadium, something like that. 37,000 something. Damn, that's a really small country. Yeah. Yeah, people, go to skillshare.com/RealLifeLore14 and support this channel. This was a good video, but I think titles should be changed. What every country in the world is best at is not. It shouldn't be the title. What is the biggest stat of every country in the world? That should be the title. Best implies the positive thing. I don't know. Alright, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the reaction. There's a link in the description. Check out the cast for the playlist. Check out the end cards, and I'll see you next time.